Hi and welcome to the road restriction information video for the long course weekend. First thing we'd like to do is thank you so much for your support over the years. The long course weekend has now grown to the largest multi-sport festival in Europe, and that simply wouldn't happen without the support of the local community. So we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are aware that road restrictions will inevitably cause some levels of inconvenience. And the idea of this video is to try and give you some information to help minimize that. We're also really proud of how Long Course Weekend has helped many people adjust their lifestyles. I'm sure everybody watching this video would have maybe knows somebody who's taking part in an event now that possibly wouldn't have prior to the long course weekend. It's also massively important for the mental health and well-being of all the athletes in attendance, and we're really proud of that. And again, thank you to you guys for playing your part in that. Also, massive thank you to all the local community groups that have volunteered for the weekend and raising some much needed funds, some incredible local causes. So a huge thank you to them as well. Now, the road restrictions are in place for the safety of the athletes and other road users. I think it's really important to let you know, you may have noticed that the roads are closed for some time before you see an athlete. And that's because it takes a little bit of time to sterilize the route so that it's safe for the athletes to proceed. And also there's an awful lot of signs off route that potentially you may not have seen, diversion routes, etc., that take a long time to lay those signs out. So just a little explanation of sometimes why there's a long period before you actually see a bike itself. Also really important to say that all blue light services get priority over the race at all times. And in fact, we have done in the past, and we will most definitely do in future. If some of our services, our medical cover, are closer to a public incident, we will dispatch our teams to help where possible. Also, we generally get some questions about carers. The long course weekend will not affect the provision of carers. If you do have a carer or a family member that has a carer, please ask them to pop over to the carers information page on our website, and all the details how we'll manage that safely are there. Okay, information for Manorbier on the Wales Sportif Day. There's no actual closures in the village itself. However, there are closures on the main road in both directions from 5:30 to 2 p.m. However, what we do have is some crossing points. There's a crossing point at the end of the village towards Norchard, and then you can get into onto the Ridgeway and back into Tenby that way. There's also at Cobb Lane Junction and Jamestown by the pub. There's also a crossing point there up onto the Ridgeway.